Okay, so I'm gonna make you smile, but as you can see, I made it nice and dark except for on me because I figured I'd dip back into my childhood about one of my childhood fears, and it's kind of funny, so bear with me. um, I have a fear of dolls, and it can be it can be a lot sometimes for me. Um, I remember when I was a child, I had an older brother. My older brother used to tell me that he was best friends with Chucky. And, they hung out on the weekends when he said he was going to the football games afterwards. Who do you think he hung out with? And I was about 6 years younger than my brother. So when he was a teenager, I was young. It freaked me out. And then he used to tell me that Chucky would come and he would blend in with my stuffed animals at night. And when I was sleeping, he'd get up and decide if he was going to kill me or torture me or what he was going to do to me. So as a child, that would freak me out. And then I remember going to school one day and hearing that at night, if you're mean to your Cabbage Patch Kids, your Cabbage Patch Kid dolls, they will come alive and they will torture you however you have tortured them. So let's say that you were in a hurry and you threw the doll aside. Apparently that psycho bitch is gonna pick you up and throw you. As a child, I had I had the wildest imagination. I believed everything was possible, anything could happen. So when I would hear that, I'm like, so I would purposely make sure I would carefully, gently set them down. So when Furbies came out, that shit scared the hell out of me. I remember getting one that was all green. Actually, it was the same color as my hair is in this. A little weird. I named her Mary Jane. Mary Jane was a dick. In the middle of the night, it'd start going off, doing all those things that I'm sure that were the recalls made for. Probably, it used to scare the hell out of me. I'm like, see, this is why I don't like dolls. And look, here they've adapted a new thing, and the eyes and all of it was too much. I believe that your eyes are just there's the window to your soul, and then there's the Chucky thing, and the soul, and the eyes. Oh, it can be too much. And then I kept thinking with the Cabbage Patch Kids, and then I laughed because I remember watching Robot Chicken, and they had, I was pretty sure it was them, and they made zombie Cabbage Patch Kids. I'm like, see, right there. I'm not crazy. Apparently this kind of stuff happens. And actually, when I was pregnant with my daughter, I am that worst case scenario person. So I kept thinking, what's the worst case scenario? My child comes out wielding a knife and ready to kill. That's worst case scenario. So I watched every bad horror movie about pregnant women, newly given birth women, and it was a perfect year apparently. My daughter was born in 2011, and I had a bunch. I remember one of them was called Grace, and I can't remember. There was a bunch. I watched, I think it was right around when Rosemary's Baby remake came out, or I might have watched the original. But all I remember is watching 3 or 4 movies, and the one that stuck out to me the most is you'd hear the thump. And you're like, what's that noise? Where'd that come from? And then all of a sudden you'd see a little head run by next to the couch or the coffee table, and then you'd see the knife. All I know is, damn, if my baby could run like that when it came out and wield a knife, I'd have to start to see if it'd want to make some money before it killed me, because I'd have to videotape that. That's what I did though when I was pregnant. I figured worst case scenario, my baby saw horror movies in my jeans when it was first being made, and it'll come out and it's ready to kill. I figured to make a great story anyway if it happened. And I'd be completely prepared because I watched every one. I watched old 70s ones up until that current year, and I worked at a video store. I had access to a lot. It was a lot, but I was ready. Needless to say, I think the worst I had was a really nasty, shitty diaper that would peel paint off the walls. So, I mean, that I think was the worst I had with that one. So I guess my worst case scenario paid off. I was ready. But I always just laugh because sometimes the things that I think are scary, then I meet someone and they have, I had a close friend years back, and she had the most beautiful, amazing porcelain doll collection. Oh, hell no. We ain't friends no more. And I don't go hang out over there, but they were gorgeous. They were beautiful. And she thought that my fear was absolutely hilarious. I don't have a personal fear of clowns, but I've met many people, and one of my aunts is very, very afraid of them. And she's old school, old school. So for her to have it, some weird shit went down way back in the day. But all of us have our crazy fears, and I think that we should embrace them and find the humor in it, like I did with, dolls, my kid, and, worst case scenarios. And I always try to be nice to my dolls after the fact, because I don't want there being that one random Chucky doll that I get in the mix, or I got from a yard sale and I forgot to cleanse it. Now I've got, Chucky Jr. running through my living room, and I didn't have a knife, so I don't know, he's got some nunchucks or some weird shit that I found at the Dollar Tree that I thought looked funny, and I'm gonna get beat to death with a plastic stick. So, I look at what my worst case scenario could be every day. I hope that my random humor is enough to at least make you laugh, smile, something. Like I said, even if you're not laughing with me, I hope you're at least laughing at me and my craziness. So, I hope you had a great day, have a great night, and tomorrow I will be back with another story.